Salut YouTube, and Sophie here, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my update for my project Yarnathon. This was created by Andrea from Pretty as a Peacock. I will link her channel down below. Basically in this project we are trying to use up a marathon worth of yarn. I said in previous updates I don't think I have enough yarn. After the last month I think I have enough. Anyway, I have a lot to talk about. This is my third time filming it. The first time I was rambling. The second time I actually forgot to hit record on my camera. So I'm okay. Hopefully I will go through this pretty quickly. Let's start with the first finished object, which is this beanie, which is the chunky hat from Jackie Henderson. This is for a friend of mine. I'm still thinking about unraveling it, because if you can see the bottom, like the edge, it's flared. That's because I'm casting my stitches when I knit on a bigger needle, and I forgot to change it. So yeah, I might also add a pom-pom. I don't know yet, but I might add a pom-pom. This made me use up 106 meters, and I will link every tutorials or patterns I followed in my description box. So 106 meters. This is one complete ball of yarn of the Fil Partner 6 by Fildar. 5 grams I think of a second ball, and half of the ball of the nudie pink color, which is called nude, and this one is called blanc, which is white. Then I also did the Italian summer scarf by an Italian knitter, and this is what it's looking like. A triangular or diamond shaped. It's more like a diamond shaped scarf. It's pretty short. I had a little bit less yarn than the pattern asked for, but I wanted to use up the 2 balls of yarn I had in this color. This is the from Fildar also. This is the Fil Sport in the color Carbon, which is a dark gray, and I used up 2 balls of yarn, which means it's 180 meters. And as you're going to see, I will start the yarn chicken. If you can see the 3 or 4 black stitches to cast off. And also, this is the beginning, this is the end. The end is larger, like I couldn't go till the end. I don't care. I will actually donate this because the scarf is too short and the material is actually scratchy, which I'm going to talk about in the next project. But this is mostly because this is too small. I like big and large and long scarves, so not keeping this one. And then I was on a roll with knitting, so I decided to start the cowl turtleneck hoodie hybrid I talked about last year. So I wanted like a turtleneck cowl, so like you have a turtleneck, it goes down to the chest, but I don't have any sleeve, or it doesn't go down past the chest actually, and a hoodie, and that's for winter when I'm riding my motorcycle. This part gets really cold. I need a hoodie for some reason to keep the back of my neck warm enough, which is why I spend my winters in hoodies. And yeah, I decided to finally follow the tutorials from the tutorial from Hooks and Needles, which is the crochet turtleneck hoodie. I you start this project with the turtleneck part, with front and back posts double crochets in a round. I don't really like the fabric as well as the technique, I have to say. It must be because I'm a beginner, but I don't really like the finished fabric, so I decided to knit it, which is what I have here, the turtleneck part. It was a struggle. I had to frog it twice. First, I cast on as many stitches as hers. It was way too tight. Had to start over. I cast on 104 stitches. For some reason, at like the 10-ish row, I had 105 stitches, so it wasn't working anymore because this is 2x2 ribs. And then I decided before frogging it again, I measured it and realized I had to cast on 140 stitches, which is what I did. And yeah, this is the finished piece. While I was freshly starting the hood, I was like, it looks like it's not soft. So I decided to get rid of the third of the row starting the hood and try this on. After like 5 seconds, it was scratching my neck like a mofo. Couldn't stand it. So I decided to go on the YouTube, try to find a way to soften yarn, find a tutorial, followed it, did not work. So this yarn, which is the fil d'Arsport, it's now practice yarn. I can't stand it on my skin, even when like in previous recordings I had it like this on my arm. Like even now it's prickly and scratchy, and I mean it's my hand and my arm which are not sensitive, so I don't know what to do with this. I think I'm gonna just toss it. I know people can unravel, well, projects or sweaters that they bought in stores, etc., etc. I don't think I'm that skilled yet, so I think I'm just gonna toss it. But it's finished, and this made me use up 167 meters of yarn, which is 1.5. Let's talk about the other half of this product, of this ball of yarn. So I was browsing on Ravelry, and I found the retro granny square pillow from Be Hooked Crochet and Knitting, and I decided that I wanted to try this for my godmother, but I had never made a granny square. So back on the YouTube, found a tutorial, and this is my first granny square. Believe me, I am counting this yarn in my total. So this is my first granny square, and this is my second granny square. I love the color combo, but when I think about my godmother, the blue and the green, yes, but the black, no. So I decided to replace the black by a light gray, so I ordered more yarn. But making this, I was like, I think I want my own granny square pillow. So, and also I had to practice because I wanted to really, like, the best I could do as a finished object for my godmother. So this is my third granny square, and I really enjoyed doing this, but with this size, which I follow the same pattern, as this one, which is one row, one round color. With this size, I was like, I don't think I like the finished object. So this is my fourth granny square, which I prefer. I prefer 2 rows per color with 1 row of black. So I'm going to do that for my godmother, and I decided to make a pillowcase of these two. Obviously this is not following the retro granny square pillow, but it was inspired by it, and I'm still going to do it for my godmother. So to do this, I used up, where are these? I used up the half ball of this crochet yarn. Doesn't really matter here because this is a pillowcase. I'm not going to sleep on it, so yeah, I decided to use it up. And I used up 2 balls of yarn from Azurite. Yes, Azurite in Bordeaux, Burgundy, and Noir, black. And one from DMC, Unity 4. And these all have the same weight, which is why I decided to use them together. In the end, that's 470 meters used up in this pillowcase. So in total, with my 4 finished objects and my 2 samples, that's 957 meters of yarn used up. Okay, so now let's talk about my whips, my different work in progress. Last time, yes, I showed 3 objects for my cousin, which is going to become a dad really soon. And I decided that I wanted to also do a baby blanket, and I found the technique of the tapestry crochet. So hopefully this is not backward, but this is the blanket. Well, it's twice as large and twice as long. Not done yet all the way around. So right now I'm working on only blue rows, like dark blue rows. And I will also tapestry crochet a little bear head, a cute bear head, and I will also do a border. So far I have used up 4 balls of yarns, which are the medium blue, and that's 525 meters. As you can see, not really well, but here I have the yarn I bought for this blanket, and I bought 3 balls of the light blue. I really didn't need that much because all of these letters all are 5 grams. So I have way too much light blue yarn. We'll see about that. So yeah, I have this going on. This whip, which was supposed to be done a long time ago. My goal was for it to be done on the 31st of August. We are on the 17th of September. This is my Coastal Shores sweater by For the Frills. So many ends to weave in. I'm not doing that again. But I ran out of yarn, the beige yarn, and this is a Black Friday edition, so I can't find it. So I decided to finish it with white yarn, but then I was like, I'm gonna try to buy another yarn, which I bought this from Hobby. This is the Cotton King 8-1 yarn in the color 35 cent, because on screen it looked pretty close, but if you can see, this one is more gray, so this is not working out. So either I'm going to finish it in white, or I'm going to frog what I did for this part and just do what the pattern called for and have a like boat color, I think it's called. We'll see, but so many ends to weave in. I think I've already spent 4 hours and I've only weaved in the ends for 1 sleeve and a half, I think. But when I'm going to be done, so far I have 1,836 meters used up, so when I'm done with this, it's going to be a lot, which is why I hoped for this to be done for this update. Like, so far I have used up 11 balls of yarn, but it's not done yet. We're almost there. Hopefully my last whip is this, which doesn't look like anything. This is using the Hobie Friend Cotton 8-4 print, and I think this one is in summer yellow something, and I want to do the Melia shoulder bag by Rebecca Langford. I'm not going to focus on this because I have too many whips, but I started this because I had to take public transport for one day, but for like 1 hour and a half twice, and I wanted to do something, so I decided to start this, and I don't know when I'm going to finish it, but it looked pretty awesome. So this is my last whip. Okay, now let's really quickly talk about the yarn explosion that happened since the last update. I think last time I said that I had 66 balls of yarn, which was already a lot. Let's be real, it's a lot. But my yarn mojo is in full swing, like, let me tell ya, full swing. So since the last update, of these 66 balls of yarn, I have now left 55. So I used a little bit of my stash. But like I said in my last video, I also bought a lot of yarn, and I even bought more yarn than what I was referencing in my last update. So since the last update, so in a month, I've added oh my god, I just saw the number. I've added 127 balls of yarn. This is why I'm talking about explosion. And actually, I'm still waiting for 11 more, because one order of mine was in 2 bags and one came, the other one is still coming. So yeah, 127 more ball of yarn, which is why I'm not really showing them to you. It's going to take me an hour to show you everything, and some is already stored away, some is already in projects, like the blue baby blanket is like, I've used yarn I've bought since the last update. So yeah, so at the moment I have 162. Is that right? No, it's not. Oh god. let's add this. So at at the moment I have 182 balls of yarn. No, I used some, wait. Because I have used some of the yarn I newly bought, at the moment I have apparently just a little bit more than 179 balls of yarn. And that's 26,698 meters of yarn. How long is a marathon again? So a marathon is 42,195 meters. With my 900 and some meters, I am now at 7,157 meters used up, and I have 35,038 meters left if I want to reach a marathon worth of yarn. And okay, I have like 9,000 meters gap between what I own and the marathon. If I continue like I'm doing right now, I could reach it. Like I could have enough yarn. I'm going on a yarn no buy though, unless I really need something. But if I need something, it's like I'm going to buy like 1 or 2 balls of yarn, like what I need. No sweater quantities or anything. So I'm going to end this here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out Andrea, the hashtag, and my playlist, which I will link in the description box. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.